Today is the 25th of May. It's a Thursday and it's about 9 in the morning, 66 degrees. It's a cool week now for us. We had the hotter days on Monday and Tuesday, and then we got rain on Saturday, like a half an inch in not much time, so that was kind of scary, but very appreciative we were of getting that rain. I did some weeding out here yesterday. We moved a few rocks out into this area from the backyard. We captured some rainwater, and I enjoyed having the weather. It was nice. This week, or for the rest of the 10-day forecast anyway, it's supposed to be in the 80s, mid 80s, low 90s. So I don't think we're gonna get to 100 in May, which is awesome. I'm fine with that. It's the elephant ears. They look really pretty good. We did do some fertilizing last week. My husband did. This purple fountain grass is doing fine. The other one I pulled out finally. There just was nothing green on it. So those are the butterfly iris, and it's turning green. So I wanted to give it a chance with no competition. Some of these are turning green. That one doesn't look too good, but I know like this one's got some green on it. This one's got some green on it, and that one has some green on it. So if I get 4 along here of those plants, I'll feel pretty good about it. I'm not necessarily going to leave them here, but it was a place to put them in the meantime. What I really want to do is start planting out the top, but we're not ready to do that yet. I have not built my towers yet. I was hoping that I could get my strawberries revived, and I can't. And then I went to the store to see if I could find some strawberry plants, and that was disheartening. They had some for $5 for a little like solo cup full, solo cup with one in them, and they were dried out and not on clearance, so I walked away. I'm gonna let those petunias just go in there. I may have said that last time, but I think it's my plan at this point. These plants all are gonna go across the top too. Those are Mexican petunias. There's some more butterfly iris, and then this is the Artemisia that I'm gonna cut back. But because it's got all that new growth down in there, but I'm waiting until I get ready to move it. That might not be smart, I don't know. So last week I deadheaded a lot of these gazanias, but I think I need to go through and do it again. Oh yeah, it's just hard to keep up with all the flowers that it's produced. It's been gorgeous. But yeah, I need to go through here and deadhead today. I got some weeding to do there. I do have some alyssum growing in here, so that's cool. There's some more. My husband changed out these drip, or these were not drip, what are they? Soaker tubes in both of these. They weren't performing real well, so he did that. Ooh, what's growing over here? This might be the Mexican petunia coming up from that stick. I don't know. I'll have to look at the leaves on it. I want to move my jasmine up on top, but I have to wait again. We're not ready. We did get, over there is all of our PVC pipe that we're going to be putting together and stuff, so that's our next step. These straw flowers are hanging on. That butterfly iris doesn't look too good. I need to do some weeding, definitely. I'll show this from this angle. I clipped back that lavender there, and I pulled up some of the California fuchsia. So I'm trying to prune this down a little bit, and I started doing that this morning. I can't tell if this is California fuchsia. I don't think it is. I think it's part of the lavender plant, that right there. So I might pull that up. We're gonna have a plant sale in the fall, so I may save those. I think those are going to be part of the plant sale, those lavender there. They're cute. I pulled the petunias that were in here because they weren't growing, and I stuck some tomatoes in here. I am wanting some cherry tomatoes so bad, and I realized I hadn't grown any. Look at all the squash there. I just hope they're getting pollinated. There's a bloom on my basil. This is that holly basil. I cut off a lot of the parts that were looking like they were going to bloom on some of those. So anyway, you can see from this direction that lavender's cut back quite a bit, and I did save the lavender. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but ooh, that's a pretty little flower. That's a poppy, I think. It's cute. Petunias, I don't know if they love it. I've been pulling grass out of here too. It doesn't look like it, but I have. I took the mulch out of these beds. Once we started to see squash bugs, I learned that they hide in the mulch, which, duh, I knew that. So I pulled up some mulch from these two, is where we've seen the bugs, not necessarily on these. And then this Rampicante, it's like a vine, and they say squash bugs don't care for it as much. So I went and got a trellis for it to kind of, or a cage to kind of climb, and we'll see what happens. And then I see there's a petunia in there, and then this is a lemon squash there. There's some squashes on that Ford hook there, and this one's been battling squash bugs for sure. So now I'm going to show something that's new this time. Oh, I trimmed back these bushes. You can see I've got some dead in there that I still need to pull out, but I've cut these bushes back pretty hard. But look at, I've got some love in a mist. And I did plant those by seed, so, and they should proliferate on their own now. These are too, these are love in a mist. This stuff, this frilly stuff. And my poppies are almost spent. And then the other thing that I'm really pleased to see is that I have some green on my crepe myrtle down at the very bottom of it. So I'm so glad I moved that. I'm gonna do a little bit of more leaf removal and fill this can today. And I'm gonna start moving some more rocks. Now these tomato plants don't look too good. And I was reading about curling leaves, and it says that it could be overwatering, underwatering. So I went and I got the moisture meter, and this is really wet. So I wonder if the rain had something to do with the reason why these look like they do. I know tomatoes like it pretty dry. This one's curling. It's a Cherokee purple. It's the one that's the worst of all. And it's the only one, only plant I have like that too. So I'm hoping it bounces back. But yeah, at first I was gonna water them, thinking, because we live in such a dry climate, that my first thought's always water them. And then I decided, no, go and read your soil. And when I did, I went, oh, it's wet. It's very wet. So there's tomatoes forming. Some of these still look pretty healthy, but like I say, some of them look a little worse for wear. These are Paul Robeson, and I think these Paul Robeson seeds are ones that came out of my garden, so that always helps too when you can plant something that's thrived in your garden in the past. That little guy's doing pretty good. Mexican petunia. The Dusty Miller has been blooming, which I didn't even know that it did, but it just goes to show you, when you have a while, you learn stuff. So I did plant some sunflowers in here, and like this is a sunflower, and they're velvet queens. And so as the sunflower goes up, I hope this cowpea grabs hold of it. I've only gotten one jack-o'-lantern to come up, but maybe that's okay, because I don't know about the squash bug environment. I know they like pumpkins too. These are looking pretty. I love these plants. That is a pretty eggplant. Just really pretty. I planted noodle beans in here, and I put emitters on all the tubing so that I could get some. And I think I planted noodle beans like down where the emitters are here, because I wanted them to trail up. And let's see, I planted a bitter melon there. Oh, I know what else I did. That trellis right there, I planted bitter melon and a noodle bean. I planted a bitter melon on this side and a noodle bean, no, bitter melon over here and a noodle bean over there. So hopefully they'll start germinating and producing. These guys, that's, oh yeah, that, okay. I thought that was maybe a weed, but it's part of that. I don't see any green in that yet. There's green in this one though. And like I say, I want to plant these, but I want to plant them all across the top, not here. This is a straw flower. It really must like this home. And then the petunias are going kind of crazy. And I did plant zinnia seeds in here, but I don't know that any of them will produce. And then that's a salvia that's a violet one. It's called Violet Queen Salvia. So, and then this is a butterfly iris. And this, I think, is a balloon flower. I can't remember. It's been like in the spring though. See, this is curling too. That would tell me that it's probably the rain, but who knows? We've had so much wind. You can see some of my peppers are laying and I'm flat, and I'm gonna have to pick them up. I've got my spaghetti squash coming in and my okra. I almost didn't plant okra, but now I'm glad I did. So I've got 4 along here that are the Clemson ones. This is a spaghetti squash, but I don't think it likes its home real well. I planted okra in here just last week though. This is okra, the Jing orange okra. I planted okra here as well. There's a butternut squash back there. This is a sugar baby watermelon. We'll see how it does. So is that. That's a sugar baby watermelon. But again, I don't know how much luck I'll have with any of this stuff in here. Although the spaghetti squash are looking pretty healthy. That's a spaghetti squash. So, and this one is. They look pretty good. Like I say, these peppers look like they've been beat up, and they have. But I think we're not going to have as much wind the next few days. These are runner beans. That's pretty. And then I've got my cucumbers, and then these are these are the dragon tongue beans here. And then these, I'd have to go look on the other side. I can't remember. Winged beans, that's what they are. And then I planted some squash in here. I gotta pull one of these out of each of them, but I did. This is black coral. This is Ford Hook. I think that's Ford Hook. No, round zucchini. And then I planted a firecracker vine in there. It's coming up. This is a Kajari melon. That's the Chinese 5-color pepper. These are all Kajari melons. I did plant, this is a black pearl pepper. And so is that. That's this black pearl ornamental pepper that I have. And then that in there is a spaghetti squash as well. So hopefully, I'm seeing some cucumbers on here, but they're slow to develop. So it's probably just me being impatient more than anything. There's one. And I probably need to start training this better. So I have planted, I don't know how many things in here. I want cherry tomatoes so bad. I planted sun gold cherry in here, both there and there. I planted my favorite cherry that I've had in my garden for years there. I planted some in the back here, and then I don't know how many times I've come out here and stuck something in the ground, and nothing's germinating yet, but I'm sure hoping that I see something soon. Those tomatoes look pretty healthy, and the serrano pepper's doing well. It looks like it's about time for me to pick my radishes. Those are the Easter egg ones. Not all of them are ready, but I'm ready for them. That's pretty. I put a tomato cage on this guy here. These look pretty good. They don't look too... They're a little more protected down here, I think is why. And then I've got some cucumbers coming up in here. That's a Space Master there, and then this is a Bite Alpha. And I got a zucchini over there. And then I've got some peppers, but I don't know that they'll be coming up. And then here's my experiments. These are all zinnias, semi-dwarf and liliputs. These are salpiglossis. I've never grown those, so I don't know what to expect. It'll be interesting. Looks like I've got some alyssum in here. I've got one gazania. I've got a chocolate flower, and it likes it in here. This petunia seems to be doing okay. The Helioglobe's doing all right. So this is just a little flower bed to enjoy. Don't know how well it'll produce. I might sprinkle some more zinnia seeds in there because I really want to see a lot of zinnias. I want to do that throughout, but I haven't really done that yet. And I think that's it. I don't know if I've covered everything or not. I think I have. This is pretty. That's my garden diary. Today is the 19th of May, and this is what I got out of the garden. I got a Ford hook, a yellow squash. I probably could have left it, but since I picked this one and I didn't want this to get any bigger, I thought, this makes a meal. This one was gone bad, so I picked it early because you can still eat them before but it didn't get pollinated correctly. And then I got a black Hungarian and a Corbaci pepper, and normally I wouldn't pick peppers this early, but those shouldn't be on there while the plant's trying to establish its strength. So I cut those off too, and they'll be good.